For Access Exercise 3, you're going to be importing your data from two different spreadsheets. This is going to look very similar to the VLOOKUP spreadsheet that we did earlier for miles flown. But instead of doing that, we're going to have our members and our destinations, and then we're going to connect those two tables to find the miles flown instead of doing that redundant stuff that we had to do in Excel. So you should have downloaded the destinations and the member spreadsheets, and we're going to import data from Excel, locate the destinations first, and we're going to import that source data into a new table in the current database. Now, it's very important that you keep this checked. First row contains column headings because those are the name of our fields, just like it was in the spreadsheet. The next thing that wants to do is ask you if destination ID can be duplicated. It cannot. It's going to be our unique key. So no duplicates, and it will be indexed. We can also save space by just making it an integer. Next, we're going to ask if we want to primary key. Access wants to create one. Do not let it. Choose my own primary key, which will be our destination ID. Next, we're going to name the table destinations and finish. And you'll notice that we have our table built and we have the data in it. The destination, the distance, the price, and this member ID number. Doesn't give us a lot of information. We don't have names and so forth. But we are going to do that when we import the member table. So back to external data, go to Excel, find where you stored your members table, open it, and again, import it into a new table. We don't want it all mixed up with our destinations. Again, first row column headings, here's our member ID, and now we have the names. Duplicates are not okay. This is going to be our primary key. We choose our own primary key, and the name of the table will be members. So you'll notice that we have a member ID, which is unique in the members table. We have the destination ID, which is unique in the destinations table, and these are unique all the way across because we have various members that are related to these various trips. And so we need to set up the relationships. To do that, you'll go to Database Tools and select Relationships. You want to choose the Destinations table, and then you want to choose the Members table. Now, Destination ID cannot be the related field to the Member ID because they're not equal. Our relationship is from member ID in the destinations table to the member ID in the members table. All right, we're going to enforce referential integrity so they stay the same. We have one member to many members in the destination table because one member can take many trips. So notice that your member IDs are the ones that are equal, not destination. The destination ID and the member ID are not related. This member ID in the destination table is called the foreign key. It is a primary key in the members table. It is a foreign key so that we can find the last name and we can find the different prices and distances for our members from the destinations table. So when you close your destinations, it asks if you want to save it, and you indeed want to save it. Alright, checking back with the instructions, we've established our relationships, and we want to create a query that shows the member number, the first name, last name, and the miles flown. And we can do that because we have related these two tables, and we can pull data from both of those tables based upon the relationship. So we're going to create a query, and we need both tables, and you'll notice that it maintains our relationship. So we want the first name, the last name, the destination, and the distance, which is going to be our miles flown. We want it sorted by last name, and when you run this query, you're going to see that now we can find out that Joseph Austin has taken 4 trips, and this is how many miles he has flown. All right, all the way through. So we want to save our query. Because we're going to build a report on that query. The next thing we're asked to do is to create a report based on that query. So rather than basing the report on one or the other tables, we want a report that gives us the last name, the first name, the destination, and the distance. Well, we've already achieved that subset in our query. So we're going to create a report with the wizard based upon that query. We're going to select all of the fields, and we want to view the data by first name and last name so that we can get a summary option of distance for each one of the people. So we're going to group it by the way it is, first and last name, and then we're going to sort it. We've already sorted it by last name, but we want to select summary options. We want to get a sum of the distance value, and that gives us the summary of miles flown. We can use either one of these layouts that you want. We're going to do, it doesn't matter what you call it, and there we have our report. But what's wrong with the distance over here? What is wrong with the distance? It's the same thing that happens in Excel. The distance field is not wide enough. So what I want you to do is to go into, this is the design view, and you can figure this out. Click here, back this up, change this width, and you'll be able to then view distance. So I'm going to leave you to do that and make sure that all of the fields on the reports can be seen. Then you're going to turn in or submit this entire database.